get it done.
Well, that sucked.
So here we go, we got 1 week from today, the Kentucky opener, and been on this pattern for 10 weeks doing the same thing, coming over here, refreshing this mineral site, putting some corn out. Bullwinkle visits this spot religiously. So we're keeping the same pattern. This is one of the last drops we're going to make. Pull the camera card, make sure he's on the same pattern, and no bad luck, we'll be able to slide in here and get an arrow in him opening day. We're going to do exactly what we always do. We'll drive in and park literally 30 yards from the mineral site, and we're going to play that out and do the same thing opening day, and hopefully those deer are accustomed to it and we'll be in the money on opening day.
Footsteps in my time, leaving an imprint on my life. Every moment that I make reflects the energy that I create. Walking through life just like it was water, I can feel all the ripples coming over.
That really sucks. I'm always tired of anticipating those pictures. This computer's slow to wake up. He's when I think he's going to show up. Oh, so he didn't show up the first day. There's Rhino. O'clock. Still no Bullwinkle. This has never happened. There he is. There he is. So, showed up a little later, coming from the opposite direction at 8:50. That's day 2. That's the second day. It's actually the day after I put corn out. So I was itching to get into this stand, the Bullwinkle stand, or so we called it, the Bullwinkle stand. It's a little area that we went in and we set up a real-world wildlife maximizer mineral site in, just basically for reconnaissance. We wanted to see what was coming into that location, if anything. Back in the first part of June, man, the bucks just started showing up and hitting that mineral site, and we were able to watch them grow up. We were able to watch the antlers grow, and there were several mature deer there coming in, but one in particular was Bullwinkle, and Bullwinkle was what we anticipated as a mature deer. Had no idea exactly how old he is because we just got permission to hunt the farm, so not really any past history with any of these deer. But Bullwinkle comes in and he has just got some really good looking mass. It's kind of palmated on both sides when he's in velvet. And that stand required a south or a southwest wind to be able to hunt it. So we didn't have that south or southwest wind until the 3rd day, Labor Day. All right, September the 4th, it is the 3rd day of Kentucky's early archery season, and Eric and I are heading over. This is the first opportunity we've had to go after the buck we call Bullwinkle. Extremely warm today. It's heat indexes are over 90, so this is something that's a little different. We're not used to hunting in this kind of weather. We're going to sweat a lot, probably. We're just going to nose jammer up and get in there. We're not going to do an in the tree interview. 2 reasons. 1, it's really windy. I'd probably have to talk over the wind a little bit for you to be able to hear us. And 2, got a feeling the Bullwinkle is probably bedded down really close to where we're going to be setting up at. So, could be exciting. We hope that he's going to stick to the pattern and show up. And if he does, hopefully we can get it done. Well, there's another deer that had been visiting this location often. Every single day, really. This deer was at the mineral site, and you could just tell he was a very mature deer. We nicknamed him Rhino because he had a big old rhinoceros snout on him, a big Roman nose, just a real cool looking deer. I misjudged this deer. I really thought whenever I looked at him that he may be a 130-inch deer. Just mature by all rights, but I had no idea how big he actually was. So when he showed up opening day, for me, it was the third day of the season, I was not prepared for how big Rhino actually looked when he comes strolling in there. I knew that there was a strong possibility that Bullwinkle would be with him because they had always been together when they come into the mineral site and get them on camera. And then reality set in. I had this inner conversation with myself. It kind of went something like this. Dave, that is a big deer. But he's not Bullwinkle. Dave, that is a really big deer. Who's Bullwinkle? Eric and I are celebrating in the stand, and Eric had no idea I was going to shoot the deer. The first thing he says to me, he turns and he says, "You do know that's not Bullwinkle, right?" Yeah, Eric, I know that's not Bullwinkle, but I'm jacked up, man, and he was jacked up too. We were excited, and the way that Eric's stand was positioned versus my stand, I was having to face kind of back toward where Rhino had come from, and I got this sinking feeling in my gut when I look up and, oh my God, there's Bullwinkle. He's coming in. think that I would, at that point in time, start second guessing myself and thinking, man, what if I wouldn't have shot rhino? What if I would have stuck to my plan? I could have killed bullwinkle. But I'm not a bit disappointed because, and you'll see the footage, rhino ain't no slouch. He looks just as good as bullwinkle, if not better, on camera. And I know the velvet has something to do with that, but the fact of going in and hunting Kentucky, my very first set ever in Kentucky with a bow in my hand, and sitting there and shooting the most mature deer I've ever been able to take, which we green scored at 148 and 2/8, I believe is what it was. But just a tremendous buck, very mature deer. Made a wonderful shot with the muzzy. That beautiful blue nocturnal lighted nock sliding right through him, right through his chest cavity, and he didn't go 60 yards and fell over. This is why you shoot a nocturnal lighted nock. It's just beautiful footage. I mean, I can't wait to see this arrow. Oh my gosh. That muzzy went all the way through like butter. Sliced right in there and covered in mud. And look at that, that arrow says bullwinkle on it, but I couldn't help but kill this deer. He was just so big, just a big mature deer. Blood here, he's spraying everywhere now. It's good blood. We've only been about, probably 70 yards.
Yeah,
so
maybe,
far, so he's spraying good. Oh my God! Oh my God! Let me put my pack down. What a tank! Oh my God! Oh wow! Oh wow! It's better than Christmas. Oh my gosh! Oh, look at that freaking tank! Oh my God! Oh, what a deer! Really long main beams. This is rhino. Know this deer well. We call him rhino. Look at that big rhinoceros nose he's got right there. That is just a big old deer, man. Oh, Eric, thank you so much, man, for being here with me. He's got a kicker back here. What a beautiful buck, and we had one heck of a hunt, man. And what about when bullwinkle, the deer that I've been obsessing over, shows up after rhino, after I already sent this arrow on him? But my God, just what a hunt, man. I mean, there's just no way to, there's no way to quantify what this means to me. So many hours spent in summertime. You know, we got this new farm, and we spend so much time getting it ready and preparing and getting stands hung, and just the fact that you come over here and just be able to have an opportunity to kill a big old giant deer like this in velvet. This is absolutely a dream come true. So even though rhino was not the deer that I originally had my heart set on, I still couldn't be happier with the way that things turned out. And though I didn't know it at the time, rhino is by far the oldest buck that I've ever harvested, estimated at over 7.5 years old, and in full velvet to boot, another first of mine. So after countless hours of preparation throughout the summer, the reconnaissance, figuring out exactly where bullwinkle was at and where he was going to be, and the fact that he came in at a mere 5 yards after shooting rhino, a lot of guys ask me, do you have any regrets? My answer is simply not at all. I have a feeling that bullwinkle's story, the best part of it, is yet to be told. And as for me, well, I guess you could just say that I had a change of plans.
Then he took a little Sharpie in his goofy handwriting, and he wrote in blue colors on the white fletching on that gold tip arrow, just bullwinkle. Bullwinkle. Well, it's only fitting, and it's only Dave Barrett to really be enamored and in love with the plan until he isn't. And it can change on a dime. Just a little bit later, Eric sends a text message, big deer down, not bullwinkle. I repeat, not bullwinkle. And I couldn't help but smile knowing just exactly what, I didn't even have to be there. I didn't have to see the footage. I know exactly what the guy did because at this point he might as well be blood relation to me. I know what he did. The plan changed. As soon as the grass got greener somewhere else, the plan freaking changed.
This is not awesome,
Dude, that's
man.
awesome.
I mean, this is just
That is
the best
great.
hunt in the world. I mean, kill this giant 4 or 5 year old Kentucky buck. I don't even know because I don't have history with them. You know, we lost life.
Great.
Pick two. He's wheezy, man. He's wheezy, but I gotta give it to him, man. I don't blame him. It's passion coming out in a big wheeze. I think his middle name should be Gladys or something, but no offense if you've got a grandma or an aunt named Gladys. You know, that's what I think of when I think wheezy and I see this guy laugh. Just giggling. I bet he laid in bed all night and just giggled. I'm so sorry, Bree.